What's up everybody, Mike Ferrossi. Not too long ago, I sent out a message to you that looked a lot like this. Asking you to challenge me. Challenge me to teach you something. Anything. You had no restrictions, and let me tell you, I got some replies. But the most common reply was about down payment assistance programs.
How do they work? What are they? Are there differences? I just want to learn more about down payment assistance programs.
Well, today we're going to go over some of that stuff. Here is your 5-minute video about down payment assistance programs.
1, 2, 3, let's do it!
To think that you can learn everything about all the down payment assistance programs in 5 minutes is just plain silly. So let's just use this time to get a good foundation underneath ourselves so we kind of know where to go and what we're talking about when this topic comes up in conversation. Down payment assistance programs are an incredibly literal title for a program that assists in a borrower's down payment.
That it is, Edward. That it is indeed.
Everybody knows that, not that difficult to deduce. However, the way that these programs go about it can differ. And not just from program to program, but from location to location, because a lot of these down payment assistance programs are geographically specific. And they're geographically specific because the majority of them are run by government entities, but not like federal government like you might be thinking. We're talking state, county, city, small government entities where a certain down payment assistance program might be offered where you're currently standing, but not around the corner. So you really have to do your due diligence and figure out what down payment assistance programs are readily available in your area. If it's a statewide down payment assistance program like a CalHFA, all of the state of California has access to that. But there's other things that might only be offered in little pockets, little areas, little neighborhoods, certain cities, things like that. But the thing that all of them have in common is that they want to help borrowers get into homes. And they do that by helping out with a portion of the down payment. Now that portion of the down payment that they help with can come in a few different ways. You have down payment assistance grants, and you have loans. Grants are phenomenal for the buyer because it's just a grant. It's literally a gift of money from a lump sum that that government entity has put aside in order to get qualified buyers into the homes in that area. It's forgiven, it's not repaid, it's just a grant, and it's given to them for free as long as they meet the qualification parameters, which again can differ from program to program. So again, do the research and find out what's available in your area. While grants are great, you can also get down payment assistance loans. Not just the first lien we're talking about, but the portion of the money that is being assisted for that down payment being made for the borrower is coming from a loan that does need to be repaid. It can be repaid in a plethora of different ways, and the way is going to be determined by the program in question. Sometimes it's a deferred payment and it's not due until they refinance or sell the house. Then you just pay it off in full. Sometimes it's a deferred payment where you don't have any payments for the first 5 or 10 years, but then the payments kick in after that. Sometimes there are different layers to that deferment. Every once in a while, it could be forgiven. There's definitely programs where it would be due and payable if you refinance or sell the house within, I don't know, say maybe 10 years of buying it. But if you keep it longer than 10 years, then it's forgiven and you don't have to repay it. It kind of turns into a grant type of situation at that point in time. The amount of assistance that's being given is generally going to be in that 3 to 5% range. So as you can see, there's no exact science to this, right? It's all going to be determined by the government entity or the banking entity that's giving the down payment to assist that buyer to get into the house. But between grants, deferred payment loans, forgivable loans, so obviously no one person can be a total expert on every single down payment assistance program that's available. That's not what you want to be. You should never try to be a nationwide expert on that stuff. It's just too much. But you do need to be a local expert on your down payment assistance programs if you want to market that effectively as a loan originator. As a borrower, just know that these things are out there. Don't give free money away just because you were too lazy to do a simple Google search. And for the loan originators out there, that Google search, it's where you're gonna start to find all the stuff that's available in your area so you can start marketing yourself more effectively. It's right there at your fingertips. It seriously can't be a whole lot easier. A lot of them are gonna be limited to first-time homebuyers, but you'd be surprised. There's a lot of programs out there that aren't, and they will allow all home buyers as long as usually it's a primary residence transaction. Between the grants, the loans, the forgivable lending, all the things that's available to help reduce the cost out of pocket that it takes for a borrower to get into a property, these down payment assistance programs are ultra valuable, and you're literally leaving money on the floor if you're not looking further into them. Thanks a lot, guys, and we'll talk to you next time.